So now I have to answer in the off-topic channel that's um, as frequently followed as the corner in Sparta's Discord channel. So no one is eben, my English is not good enough, but like no one, number one, Allah is always. No one understands, at least Allah understood. Like I wanted to answer Ina like all I am all like written like this all and A has the word value 1, right? So then there you have all alone. And that's why in Go they don't use the letter, so they skip number 9, E, they have J instead. Because it looks too similar to the number 1 and L. But with that, with that much, you don't become a Go expert. So that's another recommendation. Eben Hikaru no Go, the anime da. And I was interrupted. So I'm so I need this assistance. So like every 10 days, I need someone to buy groceries and stuff. And now, like, God and eben, I think Hans Küng. So Hans Küng was like the last proper censored by the Catholic Church uh, theologist, right? So I agree. So every imagination of God that doesn't kind of work against the truth should be no issue. Like, it is probably not directly measurable because that would, as I understand, well, also like quantum theory, so that would kind of destroy the universe, right? That would break the rules. But so the question, like, are we alone among us? That doesn't mean that God cannot be all-knowing and like evaluate, observe us, right? And that didn't change. That was always the case. That didn't change with my claim that I was able to show the existence. So God always existed. And well, for me, I don't have I don't have the replays or anything from like eben my World Cyber Games qualification or when I played SK Hot. So that was a replay of the week against the others like Mad Frog, Lake Duck. I didn't last. So like Ina yesterday versus Kevin. Also like Mad Frog was really I was like overrun in a couple minutes with like the early stages. But versus SK Hot, I had before he joined SK, I guess. I had a top replay on this island map, also still Reign of Chaos, so where you could abuse tower creep with orcs, those dragons. But I don't think this replay is, yeah. But what I do have is on poker strategy, so the rewards were always for party poker, also like the rake back deal you had, right? And so I had several attempts, but one attempt I ran it up to like 50k in a couple weeks from like 1,500 initially. Still all fixed limit, so my specialty was fixed limit. And there is a strategy video where the coach doesn't know, like I used a different name on Party Poker. So fixed limit 15, 30, and already on PokerStars I didn't get action back then. So I was not rolled or skilled enough to play. Well, I did also like I once played a session 200, 400 with this 8 super poker that lost millions. So a football like club manager, famous, the reason sometimes this game. But well, I in the end on Party Poker once never like I just very aggressive and I played everyone, and in the end I lost. I didn't get action and I lost like 30k in half an hour versus Stickman. Stickman was the and there I would have footage, right? And the coach was like, well, he analyzed my game, but that was like he got kind of destroyed, but it was just luck. But I didn't really take it. It was just and then they from that like argue that you are not even good, but it doesn't change the fact I mean you don't get action because of the rake, like heads up. So like no one, and even so that experience is the same for BACH, for well so many others, and I think it isn't Errungenschaft that instead of like that we get crucified with like what was Jesus, like 37 or something, life continues. But if you are just looking for like the next game, the next movie, you never really make it out of this Spasten, so this phase which should end with like well, I don't know, like it would be better, it would end with like 17, but like there probably needs to be a Spastenzeitalter like until 25 or something. But now the ones, so like my Firmengötterbuch that does PhD at ETH, like that's the issue. We don't grow up because the generations, so those teenagers, so the seniors that never grow out of puberty, so like all of them. So that's the big issue. And well, that's not. But I found courage in that this almighty no one is always understanding. So according to Gödel, this construct that works, that was tested, right? He doesn't claim that because so there the discussion is if the like it is an intrinsic like Eigenschaft of the positive that it exists. So that's not for him logically, but the rest follows, and that's what they don't understand. So like up to this point, it would have been, but that needs a lot more courage. So like if you asked Blaise Pascal, what is the likelihood that God exists? That would have been very small, right? But it's not possible to like fully exclude it, and we are still not able to exclude that possibility. And then it's about the reward. So with afterlife, or depending of how cruel this God is, like the expected value is infinite, and it's a super GAU for the ones that didn't tread like gottesfürchtig. So that's and then you have the argument, yeah, well, if you have the choice and you see there are so many examples that made it with this belief in God, this trust in God, well, it would be unwise to decide otherwise, right? And that's basically philosophically. So the issue, the bottleneck is, in all those cases, taught my godfather, my father as well, they, in that context, they didn't grow. So this experiment where you test with like the 4-year-olds, if they can save up a sweet for a couple minutes to get like 3 times the amount. And some at that age, they want to, but they can't. They just eat it. So you, in that sense, that's the issue. It's that simple. You are not able to save up, and if you and I did that for years, of course, right? So I watched everything that was. And everything was available until like the lockdown, the end of the lockdown on Putlockers and so on, right? So I watched every series you found, and that might amount to like 2-3 years, but it doesn't give you a real meaning in the longer run, because it's, of course, it's always the same. It's like with yeah, it's just yeah, and I kind of can warn you. You might make it in your like late 40s, but you will not make it. You will not have a purpose if you. And of course, it's even worse in poker than like FFA, Warcraft 3, because there. You don't end up waiting alone on the. So that's where I started. So already back then, you wait for action. So you start watching, well, whatever on the side, right? So yeah, and you will just run out of it. It's not made for that, right? And yeah. So then the only the only you have to learn to become, so that's why I'm this class Sturzenbecker. So you have to learn to become the captain of your what is that, like ghost ship, the thought ship. And there again, like Mani Matter, so Mani Matter has, like John Lord, absolute Bach fanatic, and he has like 3 hours, but you would need Swiss German to understand it, right? And well, he has a version of the Arche Noah, and it's basically, yes, exactly that. So everyone calls you crazy if you like plan ahead, and but that's part time at least what you have to do, right? You have to build this ship. You have to organize your thoughts, and you have to decide what do I bring on this ship. Now for I was like interrupted. So I don't remember which turtle it was, Da Vinci or so they one of them made the argument that if so that was accepted that there was this crash, oder? And the flood, also the Sintflut, the flood, because of the the Bible, the Arche Noah, so the Abraham, and so he argued that the speed of this pair of snails that were brought on this ship is not enough that it would have reached like Europe. And that's one of the first arguments, like scientific critical thinking, that the church kind of had to accept. So they, that's the real like tedious part, that you have to find examples that well, it's famous now, right? So the church couldn't burn him as a witcher because of that, because it's such a sound, simple argument, right? Galileo, because he was able to show in the telescope the moons, was not like burned on the stake as others before him that claimed that. So that's, well, it's not a component we need back, but that's another, like it like Hans Küng, like if he was not like blacklisted by the church, he might never have become relevant. He never might have become a voice, right? So and that's what changed in so many ways. So Einstein's family ended up, for the most part, so offspring ended up in a mental hospital, and that would be the real progress nowadays. So Chernyshevsky kind of founded that. So psychology would actually be a branch of philosophy, a science branch. The reality is all but that, of course, obviously. But like that would be the not like the atomic bombs or it's like nuclear weapons. It's this, that someone like me, someone like Lieserl, this letter in the last chapter of the book, would get assistance, and we would be able to use that potential. And it's the same in so many, like I'm not jealous of like the relationships I know, because they are like, it's probably better than nothing, but it's like entwicklungspsychologisch, they are not even on the clock, right? Compared to my former self. Like my former 7-year-old self is entwicklungspsychologisch in those regards. So I did this X project before X was also in 2017. So I can so this rap where I collected all those I collected all those ideas. So I have the original. So most of it was in 2017. Some last like small adjustments in 2019. But this is now to be found other in this in those folders as well, and like about the greeting and or like so I explained or I taught to this like assumed whatever quantum computer of the size of Pluto, like the Holy Ghost or whatever, all the languages, all the spoken languages, and as expected with now ChatGPT, that's actually, well, it's quite simple. So what is much more interesting are the languages like music, math, and then the most the most important discipline would be psychology. So yeah, and well, the same issue with Einstein. So like, where is this part of my rap? Ähm, äh, Schon am Einstein seine Theorie ist ja relativ clever gsi. But then the issue is eben, eben, ich will nicht wie der das Leben lang allein sein. So Einstein ist sehr einsam, and that's the real problem. You are like, I mean, the worst example or the most like is Bach again. So he wrote the brandenburgische Konzerte so around BWV 1047. I don't know where they start. BWV has nothing to do with Bach. That was defined like in the 50s, so after the Second World War. Unlike with Vivaldi, Vivaldi had like those copyright, like they were aware, so they are actually, Vivaldi would still be copyright protected. There is basically one orchestra that has the rights to perform it. Otherwise, all the banks that use the Quattro Stagioni, da 4 Jahreszeiten, that's theft. And eben, Vivaldi had the foresight. Bach, I mean, yeah, but even the Brandenburgische concert, they were never performed. They catched dust for more than 150 years. Someone paid a fee like 20 marks. Well, you find that, and like the 5th Brandenburgische concert. So if you, that's like the cadence and everything. So that's what I will share. And even like this courage that you create all this in the hopes that 300 years later someone like gets it. That's what's lacking. And I mean, we are like, most humans are just not built of that kind of fabric. But once you start, like, even try it. Like, you should try it. Like Hollywood star, opera singer, profi gamer. Like, try it. So that's why I didn't study cello, and I never regretted it, because I tried at the end of the so military service, where I had time before the study started. I was already enrolled, and in hindsight I should have chosen something different. But I tried for like 5 weeks, 5 hours on average, practicing the cello. And you have to do the same. Like, try this. It's I can recommend it. It's much better than like a Dark Ranger, Paladin Rifler strategy. So this path that you methodically follow Christ. And well, why would you? That's the issue. They don't even try it. They don't even look at what that would entail. They decide beforehand, and you always have those excuses like, I don't have time, and I don't like. There is nothing more important that you attempt it for once, right? but that's like it's this obvious. And the issue is that we grow up the other way around. So it's like with like it's way too late when you have this idea in your like 40s. There is a lot like I'm not able to, even if it's on gunpoint, I'm not able to learn to become a proper spy at like the front lines in the Ukraine Russian war, because I'm not able to learn those languages. It's just that is not that potential is not there, and the same for the Song of Songs. Like it's not that that would be really important. Like you don't know. So that's the worst. I don't often talk about it, but like from 2017 up to end of 22, where there was the surgery for my back, I really had issues, like not just with erections, but like on the toilet in general. And now it's much better, but it isn't good. I still have like sometimes I just have to basically shit in the shower. Right, this is that part I don't wish on my worst enemies. That's just like, but that part is just. I believe that this is not part of the afterlife, but with the rest, like without psychosis, for example, love the love trip doesn't make sense. It has to be part of it, right? So the whole like rewarding system, which is with all those games and gambling, what porn addiction as well is, that the Belohnungszentrum gets completely wrongly like, but this drug that if you have an achievement, this Dopaminschub, everything attached to it, and it should, if humanity was not this stupid, and they have no excuse, in Kant's time you had the excuse, human, like the Raison, Vernunft is just like is tricky. Now you have for all those decisions you can always ask the large language models, and it's a much more interesting, difficult game now. So with this end of time, so this that was the last. So this picture was the last sliver of the total lunar eclipses. So that's the end of time, and I didn't commit. It was a digital suicide, but I became this Charon Kerberos. So I switched places because so that's kind of another recommendation, but like everyone knows that, I guess. Also Sandman. That's the first time so at the dentist I had the opportunity to watch Netflix. So I watched the beginning of the second season, and I will not buy Netflix for that. It's another like trilogy where the first season or the beginning of the first season made sense, and the rest is just for capitalism, right? And I would go back to E.T.A. Hoffmann, so the real Sandman. That's like with this puppet. That's also E.T.A. Hoffmann, Nussknacker, also the Nutcracker, and so on. That's like, and that doesn't change. We might be able to like upscale this now in a way that was not possible, but it will never change. The information that E.T.A. Hoffmann was the inventor of those tales, of this Gedankengut, right? That doesn't change. And that is what deserves respect. That's what matters, right? So yeah, but it is our legacy to kind of keep that holy, not forget it, right? And that's the problem of all those like that's the darkest aspect of those wars. Like they are not really fighting for resources. It's for like they wanna also like especially Israel and Putin as well. They wanna change history, and that's again completely against the Evangelium. Truth would matter, whatever it was, that it comes to light. And yeah, I mean, the issue is that when I just start like that part that I'm now a devout believer of, that's it didn't help me at all. Like when I needed that didn't help at all. But Bach did. So eben this example with the fifth brandenburgische, that should make you like, that should overthrow your like world vision, right? So yeah, I don't know, maybe this, so now I can properly finish with the worst symmetry. I try to hate the number instead of the person behind it. So that's Aaron. So 32, 23. So 23 is the Pfaffenlack. So that's the evil number in this project. So I try to hate the number, not the soul attached to it. It doesn't work. But maybe somewhat it does.